Let's talk about how to design a system to make real estate investing both easier and more profitable. What we're going to need for this is to have both our team and our resources available. So this video is going to be about both. I'm not going to say you can't do this by yourself, but having a team makes this a whole lot easier. I know I'm personally guilty of the if you want something done right, you got to do it yourself kind of mentality. But finding the right people who can thrive in these different roles will take all of you much further and probably do so a lot easier. Also, a quick disclaimer, a lot of what I'm going to talk about in this video is going to vary based on your strategy and what you are personally bringing to the table, but I'm going to do my best to make this as straightforward as possible. So if you want to scale a real estate portfolio, you're going to need to know, number one, what you're looking for. Number two, you're going to need to have deal flow. Number three, you're going to need money to buy these deals when they come in. Number four, you're going to need someone to actually fix them up. Number five, you're going to need someone to manage them. So let's break this down one at a time. First and foremost, you need to know what you're looking for. So you should be able to answer the question, what is a good deal? And this has a lot to do with what types of homes you're looking for. Is this single family? Is this multifamily? Are you looking for commercial? And what is the criteria that you're looking for to make these types of homes a profitable investment for you? So this might sound something like, I'm looking to invest in 3-bed, 1-bath homes in the following 3 zip codes, and I'm looking to pay between $100K and $120K. I'll then rent them for $1,000+ per month, and I still want room to build equity in as well. The second thing you're going to need is deal flow. And finding good deals after you have your criteria in place is largely a numbers game. So you want as many leads as possible on properties coming in. And these can come from agents, wholesalers, networking, direct marketing, whatever works for you. So find a few ways of bringing in deals that work for you. And with your criteria from the last step, you should be able to quickly tell people what you're looking for. And then when you do get deals, evaluate whether or not you're interested in actually seeing the property or making an offer. Eventually, people will begin to see you as a person who is serious and someone who closes deals. And then you'll probably have way too many deals to keep track of yourself. So now that you have deals coming in, you want to make sure that you can buy them so you can establish that reputation. And this is where your financing comes in. I know you probably feel like you need a lot of money to get started investing in real estate because homes are expensive. But there are ways to get started in real estate with low and no money out of pocket. And my mom made a great video on that. So I'm going to link hers somewhere on the screen. To name a few funding sources here though, you can use hard money, you can find local banks and credit unions, you can pull equity out of homes you already own, you can simply save, and there's really a ton of ways to finance things. It's about as creative as you can get. So I think I'll make a video on that. Comment below if you're interested in a longer video on different ways to fund your real estate deals. At any rate, you'll want to have reliable sources of funding for both long-term and short-term use, again, depending on your strategy. In addition to those different sources, you want to have systems that ensure that you get the money you need when you need it. It'll be extremely helpful for you to know which lenders like which types of deals, and it's really important to learn how to work with appraisers to get the numbers that you need. So let's take the BRRRR strategy, for example, since it's super popular and it uses a couple different types of financing. So let's say you're an investor who works with private money. And so when you have a deal coming in, your agent knows what information is most important to you and most relevant to your investors. And so when they send you that information, you can quickly organize it into a template that you have for your investor packets and quickly send an email out to people that know you and know your process very well. So within a few days, you can get funding commitments from as many people as you need, and then you're ready to move forward with your acquisition and your rehab. So after that, when it's time to refinance, you have all of your documentation on the work you did, you have comps in the area, and you meet your appraiser out on the property with your packet. You then walk the property with them, you talk through the packet, and they see your professionalism, they see you know what you're doing, and they decide that the loan amount you're looking for is great based on your research. And so that's the number you get for your refinance, and now you're able to pay off your short-term money and do it all again. One thing I wanted to note in this video is when it comes to financing, it's important to know that no one's doing you a favor by lending you money. Most of the time it's their job or they're making money off of it as an investment, so you're kind of their customer. So be confident, and if you're working with a traditional lender or hard money lender, be sure to get all of your questions answered, and just know that you don't have to work with anyone who isn't a good fit for you. To me, I like to look at this as a team, and we're making money together in our respective roles. All right, next up, you're gonna wanna have a strategy. What is your plan to flip this money? Are you putting 20% down and saving your rental income until you have another 20% for your next property? Are you house hacking like I mentioned in my video on early retirement? Or are you doing something completely different altogether? Knowing that you primarily are looking to use the same strategy over and over again can anchor a lot of the other things that we're talking about in this video and inform a lot of decisions that you make in terms of what properties you're looking for and who you need on your team. Speaking of your team, one of the most difficult pieces to find for most investors is contractors, good contractors. And these are the people who fix the property up for you. So think carpenters, HVAC, electricians. These are the types of people we're talking about when we say contractors. If you'll be doing a lot of rehabs, having a good network of dependable contractors and systems around when contractors come, knowing how much their work costs, and knowing how long the work takes will allow you to better work with them overall. And the more efficient your team can be, the better. Because in real estate, time is money, especially if you have a mortgage on your property. Just a quick note here, something I've seen with investors who are working at any level of scale is consistency across their properties. So they have the same paint, the same flooring, the same everything. This saves tons of time, and if you buy in bulk, it can save you a lot of money as well. And if you do have good contractors, they'll know exactly how you want things, and this process will be that much smoother for you. Next up, you'll need good property management. Whether you manage your properties yourself or you hire a company to do it on your behalf, having systems in place around finding, managing, and maintaining great tenants is probably the thing that matters most in your real estate career, because that's where your cash flow comes from. Without them, you're just buying homes that have taxes, insurance, mortgages probably. It's a bunch of liabilities. As I scale and I make more money in real estate, one thing I hope to do is to be able to provide the best tenant experience possible. Aside from having the basics of a safe, clean, and affordable place, I want to be sure to give my tenants gifts. Ideally, I would also be able to send them on trips, courtesy of the company, etc. Just ways to say thank you for being a great tenant and choosing us of all the people you had an opportunity to rent with. Anyway, as you scale, always be looking for ways to refine and become more efficient. And whether your goal is to build a real estate empire or just to have enough property to comfortably take care of yourself, the most important thing is to get started. You might think you're not ready yet and that you need to watch more of my videos, but the truth is you will learn so much more by actually doing this stuff than you will by listening to me talk about it. If you feel like you don't know where to start though, I do have a step-by-step video for buying your first property, and I'm working on a whole playlist that dives more and more into each step in detail. It's everything that you need to know, so check it out, but then it's time to actually get started.